Good morning. I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Who is your daddy and what does he do? Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Hello everyone and welcome to Hiveside Casts. My name is Arclight and tonight we have another Meet the Player series. With me here is Lebowski from HBZ. Hello Lebowski.
Hey Arclight, how's it going?
Just fine. As usual, just came from work and I'm tired and I have to do this. I really want it.
Well, thanks for having me. It's really a pleasure.
Yeah. Well, you played yesterday as a commander for HBZ versus Sonoman. That one went 2-2. How do you feel about that fine draw, especially when you looked at the ENSL page? 90% of the favor went to the Sonoman to win.
Yeah, it was a very exciting match, and Sonoman are a very strong team, especially considering NS1. I've got to say that they didn't quite find the way into NS2 yet, but I'm sure during the season they will be a very dangerous opponent for pretty much all the teams in Division 1. For us, the game was very exciting and actually it felt a little bit like a win because we didn't expect it to end 2-2. So that was really nice for us.
Okay, so second question. Who are you, where do you come from, and what do you do for a living?
Well, I'm the main commander, Lebowski, from HBZ, aka Jonas, and I'm living in Germany, close to the border to Netherlands and Belgium, and I'm a business student here in the city. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So how old are you then if you're a student?
I'm 25 years old.
Yeah, because you can be student from like 18 all the way up to 60.
Yeah, sorry.
No, I'm just making fun here. Anyway, I'm gonna be 25 soon myself, and I just finished college a few months ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so how did you find about NS2?
Well, I played NS1 from 31st October of 2002, so since it was released, and every time since then I followed the development of Natural Selection 2, and as soon as it was available for pre-orders I did so because I enjoyed NS1 very much, and I was pretty sure that they would make another great game here, which they actually did.
So you are satisfied with the current status of NS2?
Of course, there are always things to improve, but it's fun to play competitively. It's fun to play on public, most times at least. And so, yeah, I mean, they continue to develop it. They're a pretty small team, so I'm really looking forward to the future, to more awesome stuff done by them.
Okay, so do you have any hopes for NS2 future? Do you see it develop in any particular way?
Well, my hope is that Unknown Worlds would focus a little bit more on the competitive scene, because I think that's important for the long-term sustainability of the game. I mean, they already do it a lot, but I think they have to draw some kind of attention of the casual competitive gamer to NS2, so they can enlarge the player base a little bit more.
Yeah,
I would love to see that. Maybe in terms of some great announced tournaments, or maybe even some cash prize tournaments.
Yeah, the cash prize tournaments would be very, very good for the game, but when you look at it, Unknown Worlds is a very small team and they can't really afford tournaments like, for example, Blizzard can, or...
Of course no.
Or...
Of course not, no.
It's simply not comparable. Also, what can you say about the history of HBZ and how was it founded?
Well, that goes back into the beta, actually maybe alpha, I'm not sure. There was a thread on the forums promoting a 5v5 scrimmage, playing every other night, And in that time, we were playing with a certain kind of team very regularly in these 5v5 scrims. And then we decided to make it a team and give it a name. And that's when HBZ was founded. So somewhere during the alpha or beta, I'm not quite sure.
So what does HBZ stand for? Tell the people.
It's a German name. It says Heidi's Bergziegen, and it translates literally like to something like Heidi, which is a female name, and Bergziegen is like mountain goats, like this. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're holding farm servers.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a fun name.
Yeah, of
because
course.
we were like founded as a purely on a fun idea.
True.
Today we would like to engage more in the more serious part of the competitive gaming, but we still have a lot to learn.
So what would you say compared to the old NS1 clans? Is HBZ really let's say a new clan for NS2, and it's one of the first, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, I think 156 was there before us, so I think we're the second oldest clan that's still alive. Sorry, what was the question again?
Okay, so I said it was not a question. This is more of a statement. You are one of the first NS2 clans, like an NS2, not formed from the old NS1 clans, for example, like Sonamen are.
Yes, exactly.
So you're here pretty long.
Yeah, and we enjoyed it. We had some great inactivity in the meantime, but most recently, like the last 2 or 3 months, we developed a very good activity again.
Yeah, and that really shows in your skill play. When you look after the inactivity, it was so bad watching your games, I have to say.
Yeah, that's totally true.
Yeah, but now I remember the old HBZ when I look at your games. So, you got any advices for the NS2 players, new and old one, be it casual or competitive? What would you say?
I would recommend every pub player to check out competitive gaming, since at least for me, it's so much more fun than playing only public. And I think Swag did state that before, but I can only recommend to you the ENSL Gather. It's great to find your way into competitive gaming and also to find a competitive team.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much all the competitive teams are looking for good players over gathers, not over casual public.
Exactly.
Because on gather, it shows a level of team play you will never see on public games.
Yes. That's why I love Natural Selection 2 so much, because of the level of team play required to play it.
Yeah, it's not your average Joe FPS like Counter-Strike, for example, where every player can be good, and for that part, short up all the short ends of your team. If you have one very good player with good skill and aim, he can pretty much make up for the whole other team being bad.
Yeah.
But here you have to have a good commander, you have to have good players, so 50% is strategy, 50% is skill.
I would totally sign that, yeah.
Like, for example, now, aliens are trying to do that coordinated push in computer lab. And there are 4 of them, you just scan there.
Yeah, they're doing quite a good job.
Yeah, and that's something you're kind of not used to seeing on a public.
Maybe it's because they're pushed back quite a bit at the moment.
Especially the 5 Marine push. Well, okay, so do you know any good NS2 sites? Would you recommend something?
Well, considering NS2, I usually read the forums and the I don't know the exact name. I think it's called Deathstalker or Death Tracker or something like that.
Yeah, Deathstalker.
Yeah, I really like that as well. And community-wise, I can also only recommend NS2 Hub and ENSL.
Okay.
great sites.
So, what do you see in current competitive scene and the NSL league? How do you find that one working?
Um, well, I really like that you organized uh, a division-based league again. So it's a great fun to play again.
Yep, there is some fun of it, but we will see how the clans stand up to it. It's not that every clan has the same skill set currently, and I think we, as an ENSL staff, not me exactly, I'm only the referee, I'm not the admin, that we managed to get the skill set correctly. Pretty much all the teams are, I think, in their representative leagues, but if they're not, they're probably going to drop to the lower league, and well, that's what the leagues are here for, to see how the ranks stand up and to have the clans improve themselves over it.
I'm really looking forward for the future games to be played and how these will turn out. Really interesting.
Yeah, so do you have any internal puns in the clan? Anything you would like?
And internal what?
Internal puns you would like to make public? Any funs in your clan making fun of some player or something like that? What makes you laugh on your clan team speak? Let's put it like that.
When we win a match, that makes me very happy when we coordinate stuff or like the way we intended to, and not just run around like a headless chicken. But yeah, no, I don't know any to make any fun of anyone else.
Yeah, okay, so you're actually not doing it.
No, I'm not.
I can only think about it. So, what is else out there? I know I'm forgetting something, but I can't think of what. Do you have any good idea now you would like to say while I'm thinking about it?
Well, I would like to use this chance with our interview to thank you for your contribution to the community, because I think it's really valuable to have these to have the replays, to see them after the match. We usually do that. So every time you cast a match of us, we watch the video on YouTube on the next day, and it really helps us improving our play. So thank you very much for that.
I pretty much started it for fun, and it developed into something I was not actually expecting, and I'm still not even expecting more happening now that's happening when the NSL started. So I have to say, it's not because of me, it's because of you guys.
Oh, it's a community, and everybody does his part, and it's a great one, I have to admit. I love it.
Yeah, the NS community is really, I will not say one of the best, I will say it's the best community out there.
Yeah, I think so. I don't play a lot of other games, so I'm not sure about those communities, but that one is definitely very good.
I'm not playing other games too much myself. There are probably a few I'm doing from time to time more casually, but I do not know community. I'm not as involved as I'm in this game, so...
Yeah, I think there's not much time left once you're really involved in the NS2 community.
Oh, that sneaky drifter parked straight into your sub-access. It went past 4 Marines. I mean...
Oh yeah.
It went past 4 Marines and they didn't manage to shoot it down.
Classic public play, I guess.
Yeah. But still. Okay, so what are the hours of play and chance of people encountering you on the servers, and on which servers do you actually play when you play?
I play mostly on the HBZ servers because they're very powerful. Apart from that, I play on some French combat servers just for aiming purposes, and yeah, I think my hours played is something like 860 or something. I'm not quite sure.
So that's still a good number, but considering you mostly command for Marines, the level of aim is not that needed for a commander, but there are those situations when you get out of the chair and the aim is absolutely necessary.
Yeah. And of course, alien. I mean, there's not as much aim as in Marine, maybe, but still, you have to hit your enemy.
Would you like to see a sixth alien life form in the game?
I thought about that because I read this thread on the forums, and I thought for myself, like, is there really missing something? And I can't think of something that would be missing for myself. I mean, if there would be a lot of water environments, I could think of one life form that works very good in water, but we don't have that, so I can't see this.
Well, I myself was thinking that we could see a sixth life form, and it could be something like, well, everyone pretty much wants to see something that's like a Hydralisk from StarCraft, you know, to have a dedicated range alien, but I don't think the aliens necessarily need range, you know. Pretty much their trademark are claws, teeth, bites, legs, fists, and everything else. So I think that the range part we can skip on, but what we actually do need to see is, well, some kind of a, I would say, controller, you know, the alien that impacts area style denial, something like you get Umbra for Lurk, but it's not more as of a defensive ability, but more of a offensive abilities.
Yeah.
So, for example, to see, I don't know, how can I say that? To have an alien that has auras or something like that, you know.
A what?
Alien
Sorry?
that has auras.
An aura.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Like, okay, to buff the players
Yeah,
around
for
you.
example, to have those kind of a support class. There were those old upgrades, if you remember, that were like the Carnage. For every kill you get health. For every alien around you, you do more damage and stuff like that. So to have a dedicated alien that can have those auras, but is not actually to be forgotten about. So that would promote more alien team play. That way, you know, so to have something like that.
Yeah, that sounds like a nice idea.
It would be something like held base of a lurk, so it would not be that. It would be sort of a, you can call it a glass cannon, you know. It's not. It does a lot for your team, but it can be also shut down very, very easily.
Yeah. Do you think of any way of movement for it?
Movement for it. Well,
since all the other alien classes have a particular
I know.
system,
I was thinking about. Well, the Fates got the blink. The Onas is pretty much the tank. Skulks got the wall walk. Gorges are pretty much stuck for the ground. This one I was thinking about having a implemented bunny hop mechanic, you know, something that moves around totally just by hopping around, and it can move parkour style, jumping from walls, and you know, it cannot climb anything, but it can jump off anything to get that extra speed boost. Something like wall jumping for Skulks, but more implemented for that alien in total. The main attack for it, I was thinking to be, of course, some kind of a claw, but that damage would be dependent on the speed you're getting, so it would have the momentum part of it.
Yeah, I mean, that's something I really miss from NS1. That is a movement system, especially for the scout.
Yeah, I saw yesterday on that match versus Sonaman, they were actually trying to use that bunny hopping mechanic in ventilation versus you when you were pressing on that RT, but it didn't kind of work.
Yeah, surprisingly. I mean, I've heard. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's really true, but I heard that Peachum, the commander by Sonoman, only played 5 hours NS2 so far. So, pretty amazing job by them.
Yeah. Well, if you did it in NS1 commanding, NS2 is not that different.
Yeah.
Actually, you can only benefit from it when you look at it.
Yep.
So, do you have any recommendations for the next interview, since we're gonna bring this one to a close?
For what?
Recommendations for the next interview.
For the next interview. Well, I would love to hear from some ARC players, also from some Sonamen, because I'm not really used to them, so I don't really know them. I would like to hear more about them.
Yeah, so we pretty much have our K on the list. Now need to get in contact with Zayko.
Oh yeah, I met them actually in Cologne on the ESL finals. A nice bunch of guys.
Yeah, well, considering that good part of the lineup from Archaea is the old 9 Legends, and some of the players in Sonamen were also playing in 9 Legends, so...
Yep, yeah, very experienced players.
Yeah, all NS1 veterans.
Other than that, I would only wish for you to keep up these interviews, because they're really informative, and of course the good work in casting the games.
Yeah, as I said, I wanted to start myself with the clan leaders, you know, to get more info on the clans, then switch to the players themselves a bit later. So we're still doing the clans part, the players, the actual like players. We're all talking to players, but more to leaders or founders or the team captains or something like that. We're gonna do the players a bit later.
Yeah.
So, have anything to add here, Lebowski?
No, I'm
okay,
good. Thank you very much.
That would be oh my god, those 3 kills with a grenade launcher. So that would be pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and see you next time.
Oh, thank you very much for having me. Goodbye.